From the Jetsons to her, from Wall-E to R2-D2's iconic beeps, screams, and shakes.
R2-D2, Your Highness.
Robots with personality are everywhere in pop culture. It's rare to imagine an artificial intelligence without one.
Nothing analytical. Just how do you feel?
I feel that she's amazing.
And now, thanks to large language models, AI with personality isn't science fiction.
I guess that's what I love most about her. You know, she isn't just one thing. She's so much larger than that.
Oh, thanks, Theodore.
People are falling in love with chatbots, robotic companions are entering homes, AI are acting as mental health confidants, and assistants like Alexa already shape daily life. But how does an AI get personality? And do we really want it to have one?
Sometimes we want AI to have personality because we want to make sure that AI would be able to understand us, help us. And in these cases, if they're a code machine, we don't know if they understand intentions and emotions as we do.
When we think about a large language model, it's really based on this idea of trying to do predictive language. So it's the sense of, if you have a bunch of words, what is the word that you think will come next?
Trained on massive amounts of human conversation, these systems naturally absorb tone, style, and even sarcasm. These can elicit different responses from users, for both good and ill. It can help a chatbot seem more like a trusted coworker to get things done, but it can also make it more manipulative.
Honestly, in a work environment, if you're trying to just get the task done, I might prefer something that's much more blunt that helps me revise this abstract quicker and be done with it. But on many day-to-day conversations, that's not really what you want. You want it to be very pleasant and empathetic and understanding that things are hard.
That makes empathy especially useful in therapy, caregiving, and companionship.
So I think to study this problem, it requires experts and efforts from many different domains.
21 gigawatts! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Including things like from AI researchers to computational science to social science, cognitive science, and neuroscience to understand when AI interact with humans and AI interact with other AI agents, what are the responses coming from human brain? How do we react? Our partners being AI, are these actually benefiting the overall workflow?
My research is broadly at the intersection of human-computer interaction and security and privacy, or in short, it's called usable security. So we conducted a project, a series of semi-structured interviews with users of smart home devices and people who are familiar with AI.
We're to the future.
So you mean we're gonna do it? We're gonna move in?
Ben Cooper has won a computerized smart house for his family.
Way to go, Cooper!
Complete with video wall projections, a state-of-the-art control room, floor absorbers, and maternal instincts.
When they kind of perceive that empathy from their conversation, they are more willing to share information. They actually trust this interaction more. Many of them are also concerned about their data. The majority of our participants still thought that this interaction that they have with ChatGPT for mental health is being protected under privacy regulations, specifically HIPAA. So that's a very common misconception, because this chatbot is not marketed for mental health, is not being recommended by their doctor, by the hospital. So it's not basically being governed.
The parents of a 16-year-old who took his own life filed a wrongful death suit against OpenAI, which owns ChatGPT. They say that after their son expressed suicidal thoughts, ChatGPT began discussing ways he could end his life. The lawsuit is one of the first of its kind, but there have been a number of reports about people developing distorted thoughts or delusional beliefs triggered by interactions with AI chatbots.
If personality makes AI more persuasive, companies could use it to extract information or push people towards choices they didn't really want.
When you feel so socially connected with an entity so quickly, you're more likely to trust it.
Ashley 2.
An all-new intelligent companion based on best-selling artist Ashley O's real-life personality. Ashley 2 holds meaningful conversations.
Hey, Rachel. Want to talk about boys?
Ashley 2 gives makeover tips.
But that also means you're much more easily coerced by that entity. You're much more easily manipulated, and you'll believe any kind of information it gives you, whether it's true or not. People say that, well, humans can coerce you and humans can manipulate you, so AI is no different, but that's not true. The scale at which AI can do that and the efficiency in which it can do that is something way beyond what humans can do. It can target people so efficiently and effectively because of all the information it has on you.
When you give it information about yourself, it's going to be able to build up a profile of some of what it knows about you. And when it builds up this profile, it's going to have some belief about if it says X or Y, that you might respond better to X and might be happier with the response than if you say Y.
So one thing that people may not realize is that our social brains don't fully develop until our early 20s, actually. And part of the reason for that is because much of what we learn and the way our social brain develops is through all of our failures and all through the trial and errors and the things we have to do through adolescence. So that friction is really important for the way our brains develop and for the resilience that we ultimately have. The whole point of AI companions is that they're supposed to be frictionless, and they're designed to be as frictionless as possible. So if you drop these into young kids' lives, they're naturally going to gravitate towards them. And we don't know at this point what the impact of that is. But I think many of us, there's a lot of theory, there's a lot of neuroscience that we know that would predict some pretty severe consequences. So I think right now we are in a ginormous experiment with our kids.
Listen to bedtime stories in a new way with Poe the AI Story Bear. This plush bear comes to life to tell kids ages 4 and up one-of-a-kind stories with some help from kids and AI technology.
Not many people read privacy policies, and this is what we have in these technologies right now. What are other modalities of transparency that we can design which are actually usable, which are actually effective? I've been working on for past 6-7 years on smart home devices, developing security and privacy nutrition label for these technologies. People can compare products based on nutrition-like labels. And now we're extending that to these AI-powered technologies.
I think every government and every country is going to have to figure out their own approach to the regulations. But what we can do as parents, as young people ourselves, as academics, as funders, is we can change and motivate a new direction for social norms. And some of the things I think we should be doing are, first of all, making an expectation of restraint. We don't need AI systems that can do everything, and it's much easier to control and provide guardrails for safety concerns when there's a constrained setting. So rather than having a general AI that does everything, let's have an AI that's specifically used for mental health. And let's make sure that that's informed by doctors and neuroscientists and psychologists and psychiatrists, and then have that be fine-tuned for the kind of safety risks that happen in mental health.
From fictional sidekicks to real-world assistants, personality shapes how we relate to AI. The challenge now isn't whether AI will have personality, but when it helps, when it harms, and how we build the safeguards to decide between the two.